In this video, we will be talking about how important the most hated highway is and how fast it needs to be fixed. Daily, more than 130,000 vehicles brave the BQE's busy roads and innumerable potholes. The BQE is Brooklyn's lone interstate highway, despite its poor reputation. Moreover, due to the years of severe weather and increased traffic, the road has begun to crumble in places. Lara Birnbach, executive director of the Brooklyn Heights Association, described the collapse or actual calamity as the worst result, and I don't even want to think about it. Even though it's unlikely that most of us have heard of it, this route is significant in New York. In one of the world's largest cities, if it were to close, hundreds of thousands of vehicles would have to navigate through congested residential areas. Over the years, numerous quick-fix solutions and proposals to overhaul the entire structure have come and gone. Emergency repairs and a long-term strategy to rebuild the street are currently being planned, but, as we all know, things are never simple in New York City. Construction in a city that never sleeps is notoriously difficult and expensive. A major thoroughfare in New York is being urgently repaired in this manner. The skyscrapers and the subway station are the first things that come to mind when you think of New York. However, the city's roads are just as crucial. Because of the widespread use of automobiles in the United States, these thoroughfares play a crucial role in the daily movement of millions of people, products, and services within and between the 5 boroughs. Some of those roadways are almost a century old, and they always seem to be in need of maintenance or repair. Robert Moses is largely responsible for the city's antiquated public transport system. He was widely recognized as an influential figure in urban planning, despite his sometimes divisive reputation. Moses was instrumental in the planning and construction of numerous New York City bridges, parks, and roadways in the early 20th century. To reduce congestion in both boroughs, he suggested building a highway between Brooklyn and Queens. At first, he proposed a path that would have taken them straight into Brooklyn, but that idea was quickly shot down. So he redirected it so that it followed the water, and in 1937, work began on the BQE. The final price tag for the highway's development was $137 million by the time it was finished in 1964. One of the first highways to serve both commercial trucks and passengers, the BQE was a pioneer in its day. Today, it is quite important to this city, notably for the transportation of goods. The road circles all the way around from Grand Central Parkway in Queens to Red Hook in Brooklyn, a distance of around 19 kilometers. Rachel Weinberger, chair of transportation for the Regional Planning Association, remarked, "It is really the primary trucking route that would connect from southern points of New Jersey up into the city to Brooklyn and Queens, even into Lower Manhattan, and then could be extended to Long Island." Since there is currently no other trucking route, approximately 10 to 15% of traffic on the BQE is freight. The 8-block, 3-story concrete and steel structure cut into the wall of land is the building's most eye-catching feature. The 3 floors above the ground are made up of 2 roads and an observation deck called the Brooklyn Promenade. Unfortunately, the city-owned 2.4-kilometer stretch of BQE Central has begun to deteriorate after years of use and illegally overweight trucks. The triple cantilever is a section of the structure that is now in the worst condition. Because of the high concentration of road salt and the presence of moisture, the steel reinforcements within the concrete are rusting and deteriorating. There were no corrosion-resistant finishes on steel in use throughout the 1950s. Now, clearly, it's a major issue, and engineers are demanding that it be fixed right away. A 2016 analysis, yes, a 2016 report, concluded that if nothing was done, the city would have to limit the number of trucks on the road by 2026. This is why we use the word urgent. Planning officials and politicians have been, racing to come up with solutions, including a temporary roadway, road shutdown, a new tunnel, significant waterproofing, and even total demolition. It's been years, and it's still hard to come up with a solution that will satisfy everyone in New York. So far, all that has been accomplished is the closure of 1 lane of traffic and the restriction of certain truck access. Then, in 2022, a brand new strategy was unveiled in light of a new mayor and potential government investment in infrastructure. The new accelerated plan proposed by Mayor Adam is expected to be implemented in 2023 and will save time and money. Between Atlantic Avenue and Sand Street, a crucial city-owned stretch is an emphasis. Of course, there is still plenty to do until everyone is on board, and conflicts could cause delays. Meetings with the local community and the design process will continue for the next few years until the building begins in 2026. However, the BQE will remain open and safe to travel on until emergency repairs are made. There are urgent repairs that need to be made to the cantilever, and on the deck headed into Queens, the concrete and rebar are being replaced. This is where the damaged concrete will be taken out by the workers. The structure will be strengthened by the addition of new steel plates. That means the roadway will have to close overnight for a few weekends in 2023. Local roadways will be used as a detour route for the upcoming traffic shift, and the use of alternate modes of transportation is strongly recommended. Fixing the BQE is obviously not something that can be put off until later. It is an immediate concern. Many of the people and freight flows that keep New York running would be severely disrupted if this development project did not go through. Some residents of the area are optimistic about the highway's long-term prospects. The Brooklyn Queens Park plan from BIG, the Bjarke Ingels Group, is one of the plans that I think people in our community are excited about, Bernbach said. I think what people like about it is that it really makes tunnels and covers up the cantilever connections. Along the water, there is a park called Brooklyn Bridge Park, which is one of the best in the world. It would connect the park more directly to the promenade and some parts of Brooklyn Heights. Weinberger said, "It would be great if some of the ramps that lead directly from the BQE onto the bridges were taken away." The BQE is only one of several motorways in the United States in need of maintenance, yet it serves as a striking symbol of how vital these seemingly trivial structures are to our daily lives. The importance of the construction industry is highlighted by the need to repair this highway, and this presents an opportunity to be more creative about the positive ways in which the construction industry can alter our world. As a bonus, I will also be sharing a list of other hated highways in America. Buffalo, New York. Scajaquada Expressway. The Scajaquada Expressway, which follows New York State Route 198 in Buffalo, was built in the 1960s and was designed by urban planner Frederick Law Olmsted. The 4-lane motorway, which is 3.6 miles long, runs directly through Delaware Park and is often blamed for the park's pollution, noise, and safety issues. Since 2005, the New York State Department of Transportation and the City of Buffalo have looked into reimagining the route. Andrew Cuomo, then governor of New York, allocated $30 million in 2016 to turn the Scajaquada into a slower-moving boulevard. Denver, Colorado, Interstate 70. Elyria, Swansea, and Globeville are 3 of Denver's historically black communities that were divided by Interstate 70, which was constructed in the 1960s. The motorway is blamed for stunting development and increasing pollution levels in all 3 municipalities. There will be an additional 4 lanes added to the roadway at the cost of $1.2 billion from the Colorado Department of Transportation. Local activists, including those at Unite North Metro Denver, have demanded that the motorway be converted into a pedestrian thoroughfare. Dallas, Texas, Interstate 345. I-345, an elevated motorway that spanned 1.4 miles and was built in 1964, divides downtown Dallas and Deep Ellum, a historic jazz district and stunts development in the surrounding areas. The revitalization of downtown Dallas in the early 2000s, as pointed out by the Congress for New Urbanism, has caused the state government to reevaluate the goals of Initiative 345. With the help of a group called A New Dallas, the Texas Department of Transportation has agreed to investigate the possibility of taking down the highway as part of a feasibility study. Oakland, California, Interstate 980. In 1985, construction was finished on a 2-mile stretch of roadway in Oakland connecting Interstate 880 with Jack London Square. Neighborhoods in West Oakland were utterly destroyed by the construction of Interstate 980. The highways there are hardly used. In 2014, the community group Connect Oakland produced a rendering that reimagined the motorway as a broad boulevard. The City Council is supportive of the concept, but preliminary plans have not been made. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more videos from us.